Karen Hoa's laugh was a chainsaw, shredding the quiet of our small town's evening. She stood on my land. Her land. Everybody's land. According to her. Crowing about her new road like she'd just conquered Rome. The audacity was breathtaking, paving a highway through my field without so much as a phone call. All because she was the HOA president and thought rules were for lesser mortals. My name's Eli, and this is the story of how Karen's empire of entitlement crumbled into a pile of legal rubble. It started with a rumor. Whispers at the local diner about the HOA's big project. I didn't pay much mind. HOA nonsense was Karen's domain, and I wasn't a member. My family's farm, a modest 20 acres of wheat and wildflowers, had been free of their clutches for generations. But one morning, I woke to the growl of bulldozers. Stumbling outside in my boots, I saw it, a gash of asphalt slicing through my field like a knife through butter. My crops were flattened. My fence was gone. And there was Karen, clipboard in hand, barking orders at a crew of workers who looked as confused as I was. "Karen, what the hell is this?" I shouted, storming toward her. She turned, her face a mask of smug superiority, her oversized sunglasses perched like a crown. "Eli, darling," she drawled, "this is progress. The HOA voted for a shortcut to the new community center. Your little patch was in the way. My land isn't your playground." I snapped. "You didn't ask. Didn't pay. Didn't even send a damn letter." She waved a manicured hand, dismissing me like a fly. "Eminent domain. Sweetie, look it up. The HOA has rights." Her voice dripped with condescension, and the workers flinched, sensing the storm brewing. I wasn't alone, and my fury neighbors were trickling in, drawn by the noise. Old Man Jenkins, who'd lost half his orchard to Karen's last community project, was already red-faced, gripping his shovel like a weapon. Maria, the single mom who ran the town's only bakery, stood beside me, her eyes blazing. "She can't keep doing this," Maria whispered. "Someone's got to stop her." Karen's road wasn't just a road. It was a power grab, a middle finger to everyone who dared exist outside her control. She'd been HOA president for 3 years, and in that time, she'd turned our quiet town into her personal fiefdom. Fines for unapproved mailboxes, lawsuits over fence heights, and now this stealing land for a road nobody wanted. The community center she kept yammering about. A pet project to boost her ego. Funded by jacked-up HOA fees and shady deals with contractors. My field was just collateral damage. I tried reasoning first. I called a lawyer, a grizzled guy named Tom who'd seen his share of HOA tyrants. "She's banking on you backing down," Tom said, flipping through property records. "But she's wrong about eminent domain. That's for governments, not HOAs. She's got no legal leg to stand on." Armed with that, I confronted Karen again, this time with a cease and desist letter. She laughed in my face, her chins wobbling. "Go ahead. Sue me," she sneered. "I've got the best lawyers money can buy." That's when the real fight began. Maria organized a town meeting. And for once, people showed up. Jenkins brought his shovel, still itching to use it. We pooled our stories, Karen's fines, her threats, her endless power trips. Turns out, she'd strong-armed half the town into signing over easements for her road, claiming it was for the greater good. Those who resisted, like me, got bulldozed literally. The room buzzed with anger, but also fear. Karen had connections, money, and a knack for making enemies feel small. I wasn't about to feel small. I filed a lawsuit for land theft, trespassing, and damages. Tom dug deeper and found a gold mine. Karen's contractor was her cousin, and the road's funding was a tangle of misappropriated HOA dues and sketchy loans. The more we uncovered, the uglier it got. Karen had forged signatures on easement agreements, bribed a county clerk to fast-track permits, and even tried to rezone my land behind my back. She wasn't just entitled, she was a crook. The day of the first court hearing, Karen strutted in like she owned the place, her lawyer trailing behind her like a nervous puppy. The courtroom was packed. Half the town had shown up, some to gawk, others to cheer me on. I'll never forget the look on Karen's face when Tom dropped the bombshell. A forensic accountant had traced her HOA accounts, and the numbers didn't add up. Hundreds of thousands of dollars were missing, funneled into her personal accounts or her cousin's shady construction firm. The judge's eyebrows shot up, and Karen's smug grin faltered. "Your Honor," Tom said, his voice steady. "Ms. HOA has abused her position to commit fraud, theft, and trespass. We're asking for restitution, punitive damages, and criminal charges." The room erupted in whispers. Karen's lawyer stammered, but she just sat there, her face turning redder with every word. For the first time, she looked small, not physically, but in every way that mattered. The trial dragged on for months, each hearing peeling back another layer of Karen's schemes. Neighbors testified about her threats. The county clerk admitted to taking bribes. Even her cousin flipped, spilling details about their backroom deals. Karen tried to play the victim, claiming she was just trying to improve the community. But the evidence was a tidal wave. My field, my poor, mangled field, became the symbol of her greed, a scar on the land and a rallying cry for justice. Outside the courtroom, the town changed. People stopped whispering and started shouting. Maria started a petition to dissolve the HOA, and it got more signatures than Karen's road had feet of asphalt. Jenkins, bless his ornery heart, parked his tractor across the road one night, daring Karen to move it. She didn't. The road sat unfinished, a half-paved monument to her hubris, while my lawsuit grew into a criminal case. The final blow came on a chilly October morning. The judge read the verdict: guilty on counts of fraud, forgery, and theft. Karen faced up to 7 years in prison, pending sentencing. The courtroom cheered, actually cheered as she was led away, her sunglasses gone, her defiance replaced by a stunned, vacant stare. I didn't cheer. I just stood there, thinking about my field, my grandfather's field, and how close I'd come to losing it. Restitution came slowly. The HOA was dissolved, its assets seized to pay back victims. My field got a hefty chunk of cash for damages, enough to replant and rebuild the fence. But the real win wasn't the money, it was the quiet. No more bulldozers. No more Karen. The town felt lighter, like it could breathe again. I saw her one last time, at her sentencing. She'd lost weight, not from diet, but from stress, her face sagging under the weight of her choices. She tried to apologize, mumbling about misunderstandings. But the judge wasn't having it. "You stole from your neighbors. Ms. HOA," he said. "You betrayed their trust for your own gain. That's not a misunderstanding, it's a crime. 7 years. The gavel fell. And that was that. I walked out into the crisp air, Maria and Jenkins at my side. We didn't talk much, just drove back to my farm, where the field was starting to heal. New wheat was sprouting, green and stubborn, pushing through the scars of Karen's road. It wasn't perfect, but it was mine. And for the first time in years, it felt like enough. The end.